So this is missing. These are missing. These are missing. We are going to remove this. So we need to remove this cover as well. So okay, now we are going to remove the oil pan or oil sump. So to remove this, we need to do to remove some part before we remove this one, before we get access to remove the oil pan. So first we need to remove this bolt, and this bolt, and disconnect this wiring loom from here. Then remove this is called cross brace. We need to remove this cross brace. So after that, when we remove this one, we need to remove the anti-roll bar here. So there are two nuts. We need to remove this and that, this and that. So after that, when we have removed this one, we need to disconnect the steering column from the steering box here. So we need to remove this and move this upward, and then that's going to be disconnected from here. So when we have done that, then we are going to loosen this nut and bolt, sorry, and this bolt. So there are two nuts. Then we are going to remove this nut from this bolt and this nut from this bolt. Then we are going to lower this a little bit or move to the right hand side to have proper access here, for the oil pan to be removed. Then after that, we have done this whole thing. We need to disconnect this oil level and oil temperature sensor wiring connector, which is this one. After that, we have disconnected this one. We need to remove the sensor. This sensor, it has three nuts. So before we remove this, before we do every task, we need to extract engine oil from the oil pan, from the oil sump with this oil extractor machine, and then we are going to do the rest as removing this cross brace and disconnecting the steering column from the steering box, removing the anti-roll bar here, disconnecting these two nuts and these two nuts, and then the steering rack, this bolt and this bolt. So we have extracted engine oil from the engine. Then, so as I have shown you before, this is the cross brace, this one. This is the cross brace, and we are going to remove this next. Then we are going to remove this anti-roll bar screws, this two. Then we are going to disconnect the steering box from here, from the steering column. So when we have done this, then we are going to disconnect this and remove the oil level sensor and the oil temperature sensor. Once we have done, then we are going to remove this 1 to 19 screws, and then it says so remove bolts 1 to 19, take off Sump if necessary, loosen it by striking lightly with the rubber hammer. So we are going to remove that step by step. I'm going to show you that how to remove subframe cross brace. So we are going to disconnect this wiring harness from here, then remove 1, 2, 3 bolts to each side. Then we are going to disconnect that. Okay, just lower the steering rack and the electric power steering unit or module just approximately 10 centimeter like so, and then fasten with the heavy duty clip tie, and then to be held like this, not to lower more than this because it's going to force or put extra tension on wiring, and that's going to damage the connector or wiring. Just do it like so and fasten with the heavy duty cable tie. put a tray underneath for the oil. You need low profile T30